Hey, my name is Björn. Do you want to see my studio? Let's have a look. Okay, my studio is right here in the hallway. Here's the door. I'm lucky enough to have almost soundproof studio, and this is a soundproof door. I got two of them. Quick background. This room used to be a bedroom in my house. And for about 7 years ago, I started the plan to build a professional sound studio here. And in 2020, I finished the construction. It took me about 3 years to build, so it took a while. But it was between other things, kids and other stuff. But I'm quite glad now that it's finished, or almost finished. It will probably never be all finished, always doing something. So yeah, let me show you around. Okay, this room is built like a room in the room, an inside out room, if you will, meaning that the insulation is actually facing the room. So behind this fireproof cloth there is actually insulation, and it's like this in the entire room. So it's like the entire room is an absorber, if you will. Here's my homemade ventilation system. We got the inlet air coming in here. There's a dead box up on the ceiling here where the air goes like this inside the box, cancelling all the noise coming from the room and then going out to the outside of the house. And this is my mini split system for regulating the temperature. Okay, moving along to my soundproof window. There's a soundproof outer glass, and you can see the spacing between the outer wall and the inner wall, and I have a soundproof glass inside here. Works quite well. Okay, then we have some slot resonators here, the front wall, where we have some hangers hanging behind this wall right here, and I'm in the middle, and right here there are also hangers down here behind the desk, here and here. And the speakers are built inside the wall. They're soffit mounted, or flush mounted, if you will. They're suspended in their own special box, resting on neoprene pads under here. The amplifiers for the speakers are mounted on the wall under the table, so I can adjust parameters on them if I want to. And got some clouds hanging in the ceiling, some lights. Okay, moving along to some of my guitars. We have a bass here. It's not mine, I borrowed it. Chapman bass. Pretty nice. Starting off with my beloved Fender Stratocaster. This one I've had for almost 25 years, so over 25 years actually. And I got this rebuilt a long time ago. It has Floyd Royce system, and I mounted some EMG SA pickups and EMG 85 humbuckers. Looks like a charm. I was pretty fond of David Gilmour growing up, so I wanted the sound that he had, so that's why I constructed it like that. Okay, next one is my Telecaster. Bought this one in 2011. It's a Alpine 52 reissue. Very cool. My first electric guitar, got it from my uncle when I was 7, and he had it for many years. Moving along to my acoustics. This is my favorite one, the oldest I have. It's a Breedlove AC25 SM. Pretty awesome guitar. Moving along to my Naga CEW something. It's a pretty unknown guitar. Sounds amazing. Love it. Okay, the next one is a more expensive guitar. It's a Taylor 16C E Grand Auditorium. Bought this one in New York for about 12 years ago or something. And for these two guitars I rebuilt all the electronics on. So both those guitars has dual stereo outputs. So we got a Sunrise pickup, and there's a gooseneck mic in there that is blended with 3 different K&K pickups that is mounted under the saddle. And they all got their dedicated stereo outputs from here. Sounds amazing. I did the same thing on the Naga guitar. For the Taylor guitar, has a pretty good system already called the Taylor Expression System, and it works pretty well, so I didn't want to mess with that. Here's some of my capos. I have a lot of different capos. We're moving along to my MIDI controller. One of the MIDI controller that I can play with also without having the computer on. It does that. My iPad, so I can remotely control the mixer or Studio One. The Touch Bay. Just got this installed. Some temporary label on it to figure out the best workflow before I create some new permanent labels. My notepad, I like to take mix notes and other notes. And then we have my mixer. We got a Studio Live 24, which I use for 2 modes. Tracking mode for tracking, and I also use it for a controller for the DAW. The mixer is patched up with a patch bay, so I can take out stems from it and do some processing on external gear. So everything here can be accessed directly from the patch bay. So for example here, I set it up so that all my master buses are going out here, can be controlled from here. So there's a stereo output for the drum bus, and a mono output for the bass, and stereo for the electric guitar, and so on to the patch bay. So for example, I can start the mix I'm working on here, controlling the drum bus or keys, for example. And that is going to the patch bay, out to the rack. I can, for example, control stereo IQs, for example, here. Pretty cool. It's very nice to be able to control everything from the mixer. A great workflow. Alright. Moving along to my rack, starting from the top, we have a power distribution. We got a subharmonic synthesizer, 2 Pultecs, a WA73 preamp. Got my Rode K2 tube microphone power supply. Got a K&K preamp for the microphones inside my guitar. I got a pretty old Guitar Salties stereo preamp, and this is my go-to preamp for acoustics generally. Probably my favorite piece of gear. It's 20 years old and you cannot get it anymore. It was used by some great guitar players, Eric Mungerain and other ones. Sounds fantastic. We got some guitar pedals. This is the first guitar pedal I ever bought in the early 90s. It's a Tank, it never breaks. DD5 digital delay from Boss. My favorite distortion is also very old. Works great on the mix actually. On my next single, the bass distortion is actually from this one. It's really fun to be able to mix through guitar pedals. New patch panel, so I can patch in guitar pedals to be used in the mix if you want to. Yeah, 11 rack. Some percussion instruments. My computer. Some patch cables. We got some other cablings going from this area here all around the room. It's going through duct in the walls. So there's no cable mess. My headphone amp and 2 headphones and 50 Audio Technica. And I got Sennheiser to 380 Pro. My go-to microphone, I got a Rode K2 tube microphone. My go-to for everything. 2 SM57s and 1 SM58. I got a PreSonus PRM1 for doing some sound calibration inside the studio. Same goes for the sound lever meter. I use that as well, calibrating the room. Okay guys, thank you for watching. If you want some more information about how this room was built, check out the link to my website below. Okay, have a fantastic day. Bye bye.